The Sony Xperia 1 Mark II has literally been the leader when it comes to speed tests on my channel, but how does it fare up against the incredible Asus ROG Phone 3? Well, the Asus comes paired with Qualcomm's latest Snapdragon 865 Plus processing chip, while the Sony is just rocking the vanilla 865. They both have LPDDR5 RAM, though we have 8 gigs in the Sony and 12 gigs in the ROG Phone over here, and we have UFS 3.1 storage in the ROG as opposed to UFS 3.0 on the Sony. We have that wonderful 144Hz display on the ROG Phone 3, and we are stuck to 60 on the Xperia, though we are going to enable motion reduction over there, and we're going to be using something called OptiFlex on the ROG Phone in order to boost opening app speed times. And we're going to disable animations over here in order to test out raw speed. Round 1 is going to be all about boot and fingerprint unlock, round 2 will be all about initial opening at app speed, and round 3 will be all about RAM management. We're using my fingers over here, so we're going to pop GoPro footage at the bottom left hand corner for accuracy. This is TechNick, and without further ado, let's go. We're going to start here in round 1 to see how fast we can actually turn on our devices. 2 seconds quicker on the ROG Phone 3, 14 seconds as opposed to 16 on the Xperia, getting it its first points in round 1. Refreshing the app icons when first going into the phone gets awarded to the Sony Xperia 1 Mark II, matching its point there to the ROG with 1 point apiece. Fingerprint unlock, we have a physical side-mounted one on the Sony and an optical one under the display of the ROG Phone 3. They unlock the same speed the first run out, but then the ROG Phone was a little bit snappier than the Xperia the second 2 rounds, getting it its second and final points in round 1. Opening up the camera app in round 2, the ROG Phone 3 opened it up quicker, switched to the selfie cam quicker, and didn't take the snap quicker. That was awarded to the Xperia 1 Mark II. Next app that we have, next system app, is indeed Gallery over here. Going into the ROG Phone opens it up quicker, but the Xperia opens up the picture quicker. Going into the calculator app, another system app, the ROG Phone opens that one up snappier. And the next app that we have here is the phone app, which once again goes to the ROG Phone 3 now with 5 points as opposed to 2 on the Xperia. Going into settings, our last system app over here, 6 points awarded to the ROG Phone 3, just 2 on the Sony. But going into speed check and internet speed test, the Sony opened it up quicker, and now we're going to be running the test. We're not going to be checking out download upload speed, but more so how long it actually takes to do the test. 22 seconds on the ROG Phone 3 as opposed to 22 seconds on the Xperia 1 Mark II, so neither of them got allocated a point that time around. Next app that we have on the cards is Spotify. Going into it, it was way too close to call. They just loaded things at different times, but completely finished loading at the same time. Going into Photoshop Express, a photo editing app, the Xperia 1 Mark II opens it up quicker, but the ROG Phone 3 once again opens up the picture quicker. Now saving it to gallery, the UFS 3.1 storage on the ROG Phone 3 saved it to gallery slightly quicker, now getting its 8th point, double the points than that of the Xperia 1 Mark II. Opening up Adobe Rush over here, the ROG Phone 3 gets its 9th point. Going into the project, it's 10th point, 9 double digits, 6 points ahead of the Xperia 1 Mark II. Now we're going to go ahead and export this 4K 25 frames per second clip, and we're going to compress it down to 1080p and match the frame rates of 25 frames per second. Now remember, we have UFS 3.1 on the ROG and 3.0 on the Xperia, but somehow the Xperia was quicker, 15.5 seconds as opposed to 18 seconds on the ROG Phone 3. It doesn't seem like UFS 3.1 is optimized yet with video editing apps such as Adobe Rush. Going into Astral VPN, since we need a VPN here in China, the Xperia is slowly closing the gap there now with its 6th point. 11th point goes to the ROG when turning on the VPN quicker though. We need VPNs to go into apps such as Facebook, which the ROG Phone 3 just snagged its 12th point from. Next social media app here is indeed Instagram, which was way too close to call between the two devices. Double the points on the ROG Phone 3, now with 12 points as opposed to 6 on the Xperia, and it was too close to call when opening up Twitter. Next app that we have here is indeed YouTube, what you guys are currently watching right now. And going into it, which one can open it? One of the phones opened the app up quicker, the other one loaded up quicker, so no point was allocated over there. And shooting over to my profile over here, it was allocated to the ROG Phone 3. Now going into a video, the ROG Phone 3 opened it up quicker, played it quicker, and loaded the whole page quicker, now on 14 points as opposed to the Xperia's 6 points. So an 8-point lead for the ROG Phone 3, pretty good so far, but opening up Netflix gets awarded to the Xperia 1 Mark II and going into my profile as well. So now 8 points, just 6 points behind that of the ROG Phone 3. Next app is indeed Google Chrome, which the Xperia once again snags back, now just a 5-point difference between the two. And our first game of 4 over here, Subway Surfers. Surprise, surprise, the Xperia 1 Mark II actually opened it up quicker as opposed to a gaming-centric ROG Phone 3. Double digit for the Xperia 1 Mark II now on 10 points, just 4 points behind that that of the ROG Phone 3. And the second game that we're going to be going into now is indeed flip diving. Tiny bit longer to load. Let's see what happens between the two devices. And the ROG Phone 3 gets that game open up quicker than that of the Xperia 1 Mark II. 15 points on the ROG Phone 3, just 5 points ahead of the Xperia 1 Mark II with 10 points. Next game is indeed Temple Run. I sped it up and slowed it back down, and the Xperia opened up a second game quicker. The ROG has only opened up one game quicker so far, so 11 points for the Xperia as opposed to 15 on the ROG Phone 3. Longest loading game, longest loading app of the 20 that I have here on my dashboard is indeed PUBG Mobile, which the ROG Phone opened up in 15.5 seconds, which is a few seconds quicker than that of the Xperia 1 Mark II's 19 seconds. Round 3 is all about RAM management, and the ROG Phone 3 kept open the camera app where the Xperia killed it, and the second point was allocated to the ROG there, and after going into Photoshop Express, the third point was allocated to the ROG. I have sped things up here because they are pretty similar. We do have 8 gigs of RAM on the Xperia and 12 on the ROG, though that shouldn't matter when it comes to just 20 apps. So it's no surprise to see that the difference between the two devices in RAM management is very minimal. I'm not quite sure why the Xperia killed those apps over there though. So round 3 was 3 points for the ROG Phone and 0 on the Xperia. Total points 21 for the ROG Phone 3 as opposed to 12 on the Xperia 1 Mark II. The ROG crushed it, but if you look at just raw speed in round 2, it was only 5 points better than the vanilla Snapdragon 865 Sony Xperia 1 Mark II. 16 points on the ROG for raw speed as opposed to 11 on the Xperia 1 Mark II when it comes to just speed. Guys, I hope that you enjoyed watching this video as much as I did making it. This is TechNick, and I'll see you in the next one.